Hey, what's up YouTube? Tim Germany, BAYOUSOUND.NET here, just finishing up a build for Sawyer in Amarillo, Texas. Huge appreciation to you, buddy, for choosing me. You know, not the best box builder in the world, but I'm getting better with every time, and I learn something new every single time I build an enclosure, and I really appreciate the business and the practice. So it is really important to me. So if you've been following the channel, it's essentially the same enclosure that I built last time, which is 2/8 under the seat in, I believe this truck is a 2010 Silverado. And he's chosen Sundown SA8 V3s, which is an excellent driver. But I wanted to make a quick video just to show you real quick what I've done here. This box had to be modified from my original design because the motors on these subs are so ridiculous that they won't really fit. Even with a 3/4 inch raise of the seat in this vehicle, it's really difficult to fit a forward or an up-down firing design into this vehicle. The motors are ridiculous. If you're not familiar with this subwoofer, it is insane for an 8. It's crazy. So if you look down into the enclosure here, and I don't know if I can get a great shot, but like a lot of boxes that are done with you know, subs firing up or down under the seat, I've had to make room for clearance. Typically what's done is clearance has to be made for the mounting depth, because oftentimes the seat, you know, only allows 6 inches or so of room, and most good subwoofers, especially 10s and 12s, which is what people typically try to squeeze under a seat, they're a little bit deeper than that when you go for the ones that you really like, that you think are going to sound the best. Now these 8s are monstrous. They have almost 7-inch motor width with the mounting gasket on it. I want to say it's like 6.44 inches. They stand 7 inches off the floor of the enclosure, assuming that your enclosure, like mine, has the floor the same level as the mounting, the bottom of the mounting cutout. But what that meant is that I had to actually make some room here. So I've cut out 2 sort of holes. I guess they're squares, but they're holes. And what we've done is we've patched it up on the top with a good quality birch plywood. And then we've used a little bit of body filler to clean up the edges here so that you can see my paint's still wet. Got to do another sanding job here in a second with some 220 grit to make sure it all looks good. But that's where we're at. So if you can see that, that's a little patch basically, but it allowed me to cut out 2 holes in the box, give myself 3/4 inches of extra motor clearance, so that these subs are going to fit. And believe it or not, my original design was only a single baffle, and I gotta say, I keep saying my design, but I actually borrowed, kind of modified a design that I found online for this enclosure. The port is nothing like what I found online, but the overall shape, look, dimensions, I kind of borrowed from someone else. But I was concerned that the sub was going to hit the inside of this box, and I can't ship a box to Amarillo and then get there and have the customer install it and then have his subs not fit. That would not be cool. So what I've done, even though I didn't really want to, it's not the end of the world, I double baffled this box, and it gave me an extra 3/4 inches of depth before hitting this here. So in any case, that's where we're at. And yeah, another good build. I'm really slow at these things. Anybody who contacts me about a build, I do my best to try to give you what I can do when I can do it, but I work 10, 11 hours a day, Monday through Saturday. So what that means is that when I don't get it done on Sunday, I have 1 hour when I come home to move. I'm going to show you. This is where I keep my saw. It's right here inside. So to get this saw out here so that I can get any kind of work done is not the easiest thing in the world, but that's not a permanent situation. As soon as I get the house built, 2-car garage, will not house a car. It's going to have all woodworking equipment. It's going to be my shop. So that'll be a little bit easier. I'll get a little bit more work done in the evening, especially on days when it's been super hot like it has I mean, it's 105 heat index out here. It makes things slow. You don't realize that it does, but it does. So be careful when you're working in the heat. I get out here at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Temperature is about 90. And then by noon, 1, 2, 3, the hottest part of the day, we're looking at 104. And you wouldn't believe how much that slows down your progress. Excuse me. Wouldn't believe how much that slows you down. So it does have an impact. But this one's just about built. I had to order another terminal cup. I was out of them. So I've got that on the way, maybe here tomorrow. And as soon as I get the terminal cup put in, it'll be ready to box up and ship out. So Sawyer, I look forward to hearing your input on the enclosure once you get your subs put in. You know, let me know how it turns out. If you got any questions, hit me up on YouTube or on Facebook, BAYOUSOUND.NET. Thanks.